Watch me killer. Beats in the hood.
What it good be? Hopefully it's what it should be. This your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this Drink Chess motherfucker at Yappy Hour. Make some noise! And right now we have a legend.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. This man's show has changed. He has raised.
It's the predecessor.
He has so many children in hip hop.
Easy.
You know, he's like 330. This man controlled everyone's life. He's a pioneer. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be so much things that happen. This show, particularly. Podcast, people controlling radio. He's been doing it, entrepreneur from back then to now, still doing it. His story is so beautiful. You got to see the show, the documentary on Showtime. You got to see that. So beautiful. He's the motherfucking very first that I've seen that look like me, that I got to see every day. In case you don't know what we're talking about, motherfucking impeccable Ralph Biggie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yo, I've been waiting a long time.
Yes, okay. Yeah, we've been waiting a long time. Yes. So let's talk about the documentary real quick.
Yes, sir.
You know what I love the fact about the documentary is it was put together so well. Big up to Master Pill and Nas. It was put together so well that even if a person didn't know that, because I always say, like, it was that feeling at that time, like, you know what I mean, like even with the cassettes and, like, you know, going home. But let me ask you, I was doing so much research, right? And at the time when you started this show, there wasn't even rap videos.
Nah. Now, the hip hop artists didn't get a rap video. Everybody, when you first came out, I don't think they did the first single. Maybe you, but
no. Yeah,
War Report didn't.
War Report, no. That's before. But what I'm saying is, when you first started the show, you was playing like Shaka Khan. Yeah, it really wasn't just hip hop. How did you started doing videos? Is that how you started having content
directing videos? What he's saying?
Yeah. Well, look. To go back to the hip hop videos, there was only a few made.
Okay, right.
Run DMC,
right.
Houdini, Fat Boys,
right.
You know, Grandmaster Flash. You know, that was about it. Mm-hmm. If you wasn't on that level at that point, you wasn't getting no video.
Right.
Only the Pop Boys, you know, Bruce Springsteen,
right.
You know, Cyndi Lauper. They was getting the video.
Right.
So we was playing some of them Cyndi Lauper and Bruce Springsteen,
right.
Because, you know, look, I grew up in Queens. It's very diverse. I went to Bayside High School.
Queens Village, right?
Right. Well, I lived in Queens Village.
Yep.
And I used to be going to, you know, when I went to Bayside, I played football.
Right.
And was playing all of the cool rock and roll shit.
Right.
So I knew all of that.
Boy Diego, he from Bayside. He was hype. Yeah, cause
Mendoza, right?
Yeah.
And so I knew all of that. So I said, we're not just trying to get the rap people, we're going to get everybody.
Right.
But the cool shit, like the Hall & Oates.
That was your goal originally.
That was the goal from day one.
Right.
Yeah. Hall & Oates, what's the joint? David Byrne, you know, all of the cool that I would hear downtown.
Right.
You know, so that's why we mixed it up and everybody came to the table. Then we held New York City hostage from 3:30 to 4:30.
Right. So, now, at this time,
feel me?
There wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of.
Well, I want to be more accurate. When you say this time, what is that time? What year is this that you launched?
83 is when we launched. 1983.
Wow.
Some people watching this was like, what?
Wow.
How's it possible? 1983.
Right.
But 1983 is a good year because myself, Cool DJ Red Alert gets on the radio.
Wow.
Marley Marl and Mr. Magic are on BLS. Around that time, no, maybe they come in a year or two later, but they was already on the radio on another level. And so the music was opening up. Hip hop was starting
evolving now, was growing.
Right.
People, let's try this hip hop thing out.
Right.
Because, it's not like now where there's 24-hour hip hop station.
Right, no.
Or there's drink channels. It wasn't like that.
Right.
100%. Right.
You had to go find your hip hop.
Right.
Yeah. So what? Okay. Keep because we saying what year, right?
Yeah, he said 83.
83.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hold up, sorry, because sometimes I'll get backlash because I'll say I'm in Miami, we didn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't get it.
But being a hip hop head, we knew about it. We would get recorded stuff.
The VHS.
Yeah, we would get
Y'all
that.
would get the VHS.
It was pre-internet, so
Right.
it's crazy when. Is it crazy when you hear somebody like him in Miami say that
it happened to me in Japan too.
Oh wow!
The Japanese was getting it over there from cats being in the service here, going over there. They would take the they would take the mixtapes.
Wow.
Yeah,
they did the same thing
with the VHS.
I'm like, how y'all know about me? You know, they got the VHS.
Right.
Boom. Them VHS could hold like 8 hours.
Yep.
Long play.
Those are they're another version of mixtapes. It's a visual,
Yeah. And it was the first time we saw you.
Right.
We saw the artists. We saw the DJs.
Changed everything.
We saw the people that was in the magazines.
Right.
Because like Biggie said, I used to have the pictures on the wall.
Right.
Everybody had them, but you never saw them in person. You heard their music. Now you watching my show and I'm in the club.
In real time.
Yo, what's up? Give a shout out. And whoever they there, and you like, oh, that's him. And I hear how he really talk. He's not rapping now. He's just talking.
Right.
It's like, that's priceless.
But I just want to put it so people can kind of understand.
Yes, please.
It was how scarce it all was to see it. Like even like the source, we take it for granted now. Magazines, people don't even care about magazines. But back then, again, a kid in Miami who's a hip hop head, we couldn't get the source. Someone had to hand me down in school that we'd let you borrow it for the day. Yeah.
I thought the source was like a national thing.
But it took a while to become a national thing. They weren't getting distribution like that.
Okay. Wow.
They started locally. First they started as a newsletter, and then it became a magazine, then they started locally, then it grew. But it took a while. The same thing with the videos and same thing with mixtapes in general. And music, everything was slower back then to spread. And the military did have a big thing with that because people were doing that.
That's how you feel like your show got around.
Yeah.
Mainly people from the military or maybe people moving in New York in general, right? Because it was
college.
Only in New York.
College too, yeah.
College,
okay, wow.
Because they was going to school down south from New York. And then they was bringing that New York vibe. It was damn near like a rapper was there when them girls was talking about, you know about this Roxanne Shanté, and they was like, you know her? She ain't know her, but she looked and sounded like her.
Right. Yep.
That was like damn near the real thing.
Because you did Roxanne.
I did Roxanne Shanté's first video.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it. We did it.
Come on, man. We got
So Roxanne Shanté is being honored by the Paid in Full Foundation this year, which I'm on the board.
Right.
And so that's Ben Horowitz, Felicia Horowitz, Steve Stout, Nas, and QD3, and myself, and Fab Five Freddy.
Wow.
And she's going to get $500,000.
Oh,
that's well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
So is Kumo D.
Okay.
And Grandmaster Cass.
Yes.
So big up to them. So that's all happening.
Where's that happening?
It's going to be happening in Vegas. We did it last year. We honored Rakim and Scarface. Get Better Scarface.
Is that open to the public for people to attend that?
Not really. It's like, like $100,000, $100,000 a table or something.
1,000?
100,000.
Whoa.
Something like that.
Because all it is, Ben Horowitz loves hip hop, but he also is like the dude that funds all of these big companies that, any kind of tech company. Yeah. He gets them started. Like he's friends with Zuckerberg and
like all the startups.
These are the dudes that show up at that.
Right.
And they just love him, and they love him because he loves hip hop. And you can't help it. I mean, he knows about this. He knows all your music. He knows everything. Right. He's not a dude that you would look at and you would pick that up. Right. But he knows it.
No, but that's dope that he's tapping into his network to come in and help. Yeah.
And he's not on some some super like I'm this dude. He is that dude. You gotta respect it,
right?
But he's a he's a real cat. I brought him to Queens. I brought him to Jamaica, Queens.
Really?
I brought him to Jamaica, Queens. Know what I mean?
Wow.
He had a book. I said, yo, I want you to come to the library. He was like, yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
Fab, he called Fab up. He said, Fab, come with me. Wow. I said, you better off than Fab out here. Come on now, let's go. Fab from Harlem, you Queens cats be hating.
Now, we chill out, relax over there. Now, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. The first time you ever got called or even heard the word nigga was from a white person?
Yeah.
For real?
I moved to Queens. So I'm originally from Brooklyn. Born in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Born in Bed-Stuy. Moved to Queens. And, my parents, the whole idea was, we're going to have a house now. We don't live in my grandmother's building. And we're gonna move to have a house and everything. You can ride your bike.
Right.
I got one of them orange, them joints, the big wheels. I can't remember the name of it, but it was hot at the time. I'm riding around. We like the third black family on the block.
Wow.
And this kid is sitting on the stoop, and he goes, "Look, ma, nigga." I never heard that word in my life.
Wow.
So I'm riding, but something felt it wasn't nice. Whatever he said it.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good, So I was like, I kept riding. So I ran around the corner, go back to the crib. The kid down the block called me a nigga. I'm a young kid.
Right.
She's like, oh, okay. So this is not this is not why we moved here.
Yeah, right. What that meant, even though you did.
Right. She said, look, don't worry about it. You know what they say, sticks and stones, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, all right. So I never thought nothing of it. I became friends with that dude.
Wow.
Became friends with him.
Wow.
So later on I heard the word, now I'm starting to understand what the word meant. Right. But by that time we was already friends, so it really didn't mean nothing.
Wow.
Could you ever tell him later, like...
Hey,
I don't even think I ever told him. I think, this is in a time when dudes were smoking dust. I think he was smoking dust, and he got
that would explain a lot of things maybe for him.
Yeah. Dust was a big thing in heroin when I was a kid. Yeah.
Now you also worked on Juice.
Yeah, that's the first film I ever worked on. I was the associate producer. Well, I wasn't. I was a consultant first.
Right.
So
you ain't like that title or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went home and I started watching movies, the titles at the end, and I said, I don't see nothing that says consultant.
Usually consultants don't get mentioned.
So I see producer, executive producer. I said, maybe I can't push it if I'm saying I'm a producer.
Right.
I said, how about associate producer? They said, yeah, no problem.
Right.
So my job was to rewrite some of the script because it was written in the 80s.
Right.
So, they was like, certain words we just didn't use by 92. Right. 92 is when we're shooting the film.
Right.
And so that was my job. Tupac
Tupac was the only actor attached to it, right?
I know where you're going with this now.
I'm asking.
So Tupac was the only person, and he knew me because I played Digital Underground on Video Music Box. Right. He's like, Ralph, take me to the spots. You know all the spots. Right. So I took him to Brooklyn. To this day, legendary. People still, I remember when you brought Tupac to the party, Ralph. Right. That was crazy.
Right.
And he wasn't even Tupac. Like, he's not Tupac yet. He's in Digital Underground.
Right. But did he have that song yet? They had the one.
He had one song maybe. Oh, same song?
Yeah, same song.
Yeah, that was out. But it wasn't ringing like that one didn't ring off like the other Digital Underground.
Right.
Song
No, for sure. But for him, that feature did.
Yeah, because he was on some X-Clan type vibe in there.
Yeah.
And that was Brooklyn. Right. Brooklyn is on some X-Clan vibe. Big up X-Clan. I did all their videos too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
And so people dug him. And, he came out, he did his thing. And he was the one guy out of everybody in that cast, and all of them have had successful careers, that was serious though. He was, because he came from California and moved to New York to do that. So he was in New York for whatever, a month and a half, 2 months. And he was like, yo, this is my shot. Like, I'm in New York. Yeah. And that's the thing, too, is like everybody wanted to come to New York because that's where a lot of the media was at. Right. Hollywood was fronting on us, but you could get like a little Spike Lee movie or something else like that felt that had credibility.
Right.
Tupac was serious about the credibility part. And he was like, look, I'm not playing. I'm not joking around. I'm here to make this movie and it's going to be dope. And that's it.
Yeah, he was on some thespian shit for sure.
And I heard you was even the one who brung Latifah. Latifah wasn't down with it at first.
Yeah, Latifah wasn't with it. Nobody, because Hollywood was fronting. Hollywood was, some of the movies after Beach Street and those type of movies, they was whack. Right. It was corny, and everybody was like, nah, we don't want to get caught up in that. So nobody wanted to do no hip-hop movies coming from Hollywood. So Juice was kind of like that because the producers were from Hollywood. Ernest Dickerson, though, was the director. He's Spike Lee's man.
Right.
So it was a little different.
Okay.
And then when I showed up, they were like, okay, then we got credibility now. I called up the Bomb Squad. I called up, because I did Public Enemy videos too. I did a lot of those videos. Night of Living Bassheads, I did a bunch of videos.
You did that video?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I called up.
I love how you be saying shit just so nonchalant.
I know, I'm just like, yo, can you slow it down a little bit?
Yeah,
I want to get it all in. I might not.
Come on.
I'm in the fourth quarter, bro.
Let's go.
And so all of those things came to the table. Amazing soundtrack.
The soundtracks.
That soundtrack was the Juice.
Yeah, Uptown Anthem from N.O.R.E was wild. Like that's
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah, no, everything. Cypress is on there. Like it's crazy.
It's a crazy.
Yeah, that felt like a real authentic hip hop movie.
It all came together. Like you want to get everything to come together. Right. Sometimes it don't. You try your best, but this one did. It worked.
It inspired me as a DJ. Just seeing the DJ scenes in there.
Yeah, they did a great job on that. The marketing of it and everything. And so should I tell you the story about Diddy and
Hey man, we ready for it. Let's go.
Okay.
We didn't even know it was coming, but
so at the time we're shooting Juice, there's another movie being shot called Unfinished Business. What's it called? The one with Halle Berry. Strictly Business.
Strictly Business. Okay.
Strictly Business. So Strictly Business is, a cool Andre Harrell production.
Right.
It's R&B, grown and sexy. Puff gets fired from off the set.
Okay.
So Puff gets kicked off. So Puff calls me and is like, yo, I seen the script for Juice.
Oh yeah, he wanted Tupac role, right?
I want to play Tupac.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I said, that's the one. I want to play Bishop. Right.
Yeah, Bishop.
Right.
I said, that's the one person that we've casted already.
Right.
He's like, nah, that's me. I'm Harlem Ralph. Come on, stop playing. Right. So I'm like, I'm dead ass, man.
I've never heard this.
This is the real story because I'm the only person. It was me and him and the producer. Eventually, I told him.
Right.
But he's never gonna see. He went on to do Harry Potter.
Oh shit! He's out of here. He's like,
thinking about
never looking back.
He's not gonna tell you about Juice. So I said it ain't gonna happen. So I said, just for the sake of me, let me go and tell them that this is what's going on. So they were like, nah, he punched the Teamster. It can't happen. It can't happen. Even if we wanted him, we couldn't bring him here. I said, all right, no problem. So I called Puff, can't happen. So that was the end of that. And that was it. They didn't know each other at the time.
Right.
You talk about Pac and Puff.
Pac and Puff.
Right.
He just was like, I don't care if it's Christopher Williams, I don't care if it's Michael Jordan. That's me.
He just wanted the role.
I want the role.
Right. Right. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow. So Pac never found this out, you don't think?
Pac didn't know that because the only person I told was the producer. Unless the producer went, Pac would have came and told me, what? Who on it? Well, Pac probably knew who Puff was.
Right.
Well, 92. He might have.
Yeah, because they became probably friends shortly after that, or at least acquaintances or something.
Right. Yeah.
So before we get to Cream, because you directed that too, right?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You went platinum on video.
Yeah, he's platinum on videos before platinum was platinum. RZA comes to you, right?
Yes.
RZA gives you this Protect Your Neck tape.
VHS. Not even the big professional tape. It was like a VHS. Like it's something you put in your house.
The numbers are still running on.
Numbers that got the...
That's the original video. I saw that version. Yeah. And the skateboard, did it have the skaters in it?
Right. They're not signed to Loud Records. There is no Loud Records.
Right.
There's no Steve Rifkin. That doesn't exist.
Right.
Well, it exists, but he's a promotional guy.
Yep.
He's not a record label guy.
But RZA comes, and is he doing this professional or... Because by having the numbers on there, it's like this is a rough draft. Clearly,
yeah,
you didn't mix the record. He mixed the video.
And you already knew him from his other.
RZA, he didn't mix it.
People want to get on the show so bad they don't give a damn what they give me.
Right, that's real.
That's
real, yo.
And that was one of those instances. That's the way I took it.
Right.
So I was like, all right, you want to go and fix it and finish it?
Right.
Because all you got to do is just switch it for the one without the numbers on it.
Right.
So he was like, you can play that one. You know, he got like a little nervous laugh. So I'm looking at him like, I'm looking at the video. I never seen nothing like this before, Wu-Tang Clan.
Plus the name. You got to think about that name sounded crazy too at the time.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang Clan.
The fact that it almost looked like a home video, I'm like always thought that was genius, but I never knew if it was on purpose or not.
It was black and white, I believe that video. Was it?
Yeah, it was kind of. It was just dusty.
Yeah,
it might as well have been black and white. But the music was there.
Yeah,
the raps was there, and so I just looked at it and I said, yeah, I could play it, and I started playing it. And people were like, "Yo, what is that, man? You got the kung fu movie sound effects in it, and it's mad dudes. They all one group. Like, what's going on?" And so I'm like, I don't know, but I feel some energy when I play this. I feel some energy because you know why it was so weird? Because RZA was Prince Raheem.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. You knew him.
So when he came, I'm thinking it's that he's coming.
Which is polished, more polished of a sound.
Right, but it's way happy. It's not even.
We love you out here.
It was pop. Yeah, right.
He was very happy. We love you right. He was very happy.
And so when he gave it to me, I was like, oh, this is something different. You know, it's like totally different. And I kept playing it. And then Steve Rifkin calls me. I knew Steve Rifkin because he was a guy that would give you like promo vinyl.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Steve Rifkin took me to Ice-T's house when I went to L.A.
Oh, shit.
He's like, you want to go to Ice-T's house? So I was like, yeah. And he went to Ice-T's house.
Right.
I was like, oh, shit.
Is that the house with the roof?
Yeah.
The roof opened up? Okay.
Well, this is when he was with Darlene.
Yeah.
I know Coco, love Coco. Yeah. This is back in the days. And so we early. And he's like, and I meet Ice-T. And I'm like, okay. So this dude is cool, Steve Rifkin.
Right.
What are we doing, Steve? What's going on? So
he calls you for Wu-Tang.
He calls me for Wu-Tang. I'm trying to get in contact with RZA.
Right.
I said, we have beepers maybe then. Right. We don't have no cell phones, I don't think.
Did you say beepers?
Yeah. So
sending codes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, he shows up. When he shows up, I don't know. So then some weeks go by, and then I get another copy of the video. And it says Loud Records on it now. So I said, oh, he got signed. It got signed now. The same version with the numbers on it. But it's just they cased it in their own box and sent it out. Right. And that was it. And RZA said, yo, RZA was grateful that I played Protect Your Neck the way I did.
Right.
You know, and let me tell you, mixed shows played it, but when it's on that TV, it's a little different.
Right.
It's a little different. Right. And I said, yo, man, you know, I'm glad that y'all got a deal. Because I went from doing X-Clan, that was the end of X-Clan. And then came Wu-Tang Clan. Like right behind each other. So he said, yo, y'all got another record. I want you to do the video. I said, what's the name of the song? He said, Cream. So all right. Gave me the cassette. I'm riding in the car like, what?
Good.
Cash rules. I'm like, oh, this is way different from Protect Your Neck.
So you wrote that treatment for the video?
Yeah, I wrote the whole treatment. Right. And my idea was...
That's your first time working with them?
With Wu-Tang.
Okay, continue.
All of the videos that they did before that were shot in Staten Island because they wanted to show, like, you know, Staten Island. We from Staten Island.
Right.
We went right here. Y'all come to us. And I was like, y'all got to come out of Staten Island. So I shot in front of Willie Burgers in Harlem to let Harlem niggas know, look, see... They up here too,
right?
You know, we shot Times Square because that was international. Let's you know, you get that big all the lights.
Expanded the
people
horizon.
Get excited, yeah. So Raekwon said, "Oh, you got a plan?" I said, "Yeah. We're gonna take it outside of Staten Island. We shoot some parts in Staten Island. We shot in the projects, and then we shot, you know, in Manhattan because I wanted to let everybody know they're not just from Staten Island. This is New York,
right?
So yeah.
How tough was that back then? Like when you say locations now, people have these little cameras and they could just go anywhere. But back then, everything was cranes and like big trucks. Yeah, big trucks and stuff like that. So how was that hard?
Yeah.
Did you have to pull permits?
Yeah.
You did?
Well, in the beginning we didn't.
Right.
We just was,
guerrilla style.
Oh no. We college students. We just doing the college film, and you get away with that for a little while. Right. But when cats like N.O.R.E and them start showing up, like, nah.
Too many.
This don't look like a college film.
I think everybody's used. I've done that some college. You're shooting a college project right now.
And so,
you got a white beard, man.
So once we got past that, me and my partner Lano, the Vid Kid. He's a Vid Kid. Vid Kid was doing, Belle Biv DeVoe.
Right.
The whole album. Boys to Men. The whole album.
Shooting the whole album?
The whole video. All the videos off that album. TLC.
Right.
Every video off of the
incredible deals from.
Wow.
Yeah, we was on the road, man. We did, at least 400 or 500 videos.
Wow.
And then my intern picked up where we left off. Hype Williams.
Right.
Hype Williams is my intern.
That's right. Hype Williams.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's my guy. I go pick him up on Linden Boulevard. This is where he lived at, around where Cons and Tip and everybody right in that area, St. Albans. And I go pick him. He had no car. Come on, let's go. 7 in the morning. We gotta be to set by 9. Let's go. Boom. Get to set. He would be like the dude who would okay, I wanna let's paint the whole room purple. And he would come in and paint the room purple, but he would add a little flair to it. I was like, I like that. All right, that was different. You didn't just paint the purple, So he always had something creative with him. And then he started asking me, could he do videos? And I said, all right. And I gave him a video. My man just passed away. Strictly Roots, my man Dion, Broadway from the Bronx. Okay. And he did that video. And he did a great job with it. And then another guy we had, I gave him Positive K. What's the Positive K?
A plan?
I got a man.
Yeah,
I got a man. He said, I got a plan. That's the remix.
You was in the crib. He was in the crib watching on TV.
Right.
He's happy. Look, he's happy. He's going back to that moment.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys came through, and we gave them opportunities. Clearly, Hype was most successful.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I didn't put 2 and 2 together and know that already. Like I think I did, but so you knew, how you said when you heard Wu, you can look and see that there's some stars. Can you do that with video directors? Did you know Hype will be this big?
I knew he was creative. He wasn't scared.
Right.
And that's the thing about working with people and creating a scene. Don't be afraid to try something different.
Right.
When you making video, artists, I want some different angles, man. I need some different, give me some fly shit. Change the lens or something, do that kind of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see hype in that. What Hype you saying?
Oh yeah, he was putting Vaseline on the lens. I'm like, yo, what you doing, bro? Pause.
That sounds so different nowadays. Why did Hype get his name Hype?
Graffiti.
Oh, yeah, that was his tag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's go back. You start the show. You start to create your own videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that not like? All right, I see Oprah, right? Oprah has this magazine every month. You know who's on the front cover of Oprah magazine?
Oprah.
Right.
Every month.
Right.
So is that something was that type of mentality? Let me try to control the atmosphere, or how did that work?
Nah. Maybe I should have. I wasn't like that at all because I didn't want all that attention.
Right.
I never even got into this. When I first started the show, you never saw me.
Right.
You just hear my voice.
Heard your voice, yeah.
So the people at the station was like, people want to see you. We're getting requests. They want to know who's the guy behind the voice. So then I started, first place I showed my face was at the Roxy.
Oh, okay.
It was Melly Mel. It was everybody was at the Roxy. I never even meet these dudes. I'm from Queens. They from the Bronx. Right. I never met these guys, but they all there. I'm like, wow, this is real hip hop. You know, this is it.
You know who they are? Or you don't?
I know who they are. Okay. But they
didn't know you.
Well, they did. Actually, they did, and that was the crazy part because they knew my they knew my name. Let's put it that way. They might not have seen me before, but they knew my name. Right. I remember Mr. Magic came to where I was doing the show. Right. But he just wanted to see who the fuck is Ralph McDaniels. Right. I'm Mr. Magic. Right.
Did you think he thought as your platform as a competitive thing to what?
Yeah, anything. If you was on that, you had people's attention and people was talking about you. Right. Who is that?
Because Mr. Magic was the guy.
Marley, Magic.
Right.
Marley wasn't there, but Magic was there, and Fly Ty, big up Fly Ty from Cold Chillin' Records.
Yeah, Cold Chillin'.
He really gave us our first start with doing the videos.
Yeah.
Shanté.
Yep.
Biz Markie.
Yep.
Coogee Rap. Yep. Kane. We did all those videos.
Right.
That was our first.
It's crazy, man.
We didn't. I wanted to do Def Jam stuff.
Right.
Russell was fronting really, and I'm from Queens Village, Hollis. I'm from right there.
Right.
And I'm like, Russ, yo, let us do a couple videos, man. He's like,
Not even Curtis Blow videos.
Well, Kurt, by that time, Kurt's kind of slowing down.
Okay.
That's after the breaks and Christmas rapping and all that. But Kurt's our man.
Right.
But I don't even think, they did have a video, right. They had basketball and a couple other videos.
Right.
But yeah, that was a great time for us to develop ourselves, do business with these guys who are the new hip hop entrepreneurs, Russell Simmons, Tyrone Williams, Andre Harrell.
Right.
These are the new guys. There's a couple of guys from Uptown, some old gangster dudes that got labels.
Right.
But we don't really fuck with them.
Right.
Because they on some other time. But these are dudes that are really at the party, in the culture. Okay, we with it. We with it. We gonna mess with y'all. Hip hop was always not a nice thing.
Right. It
was always not a nice thing.
Always had one leg in the street for sure.
Yeah, that part is, like from back in the Parks days.
Right.
The dreads will come and take your equipment and all that, or just some dude that he's just gonna take your stuff.
Or the gangs with the Zulus and everything, how Zulu came
when you
together.
see them, you're like, oh, damn.
Right.
They gonna take our shit. We ain't nothing we could do about it. They ain't a damn thing we could do.
Let me ask you, the box.
Which was out here.
Yeah, Miami.
That was out here.
That was it was a big deal for us too out here.
But did that affect the show at one point? Like,
nah, it didn't affect us in any way. So the box, they used to call us the box.
Right.
For short. Right. The streets.
Yeah.
We call video, name of the show is called Video Music Box.
Right.
But they would go home to watch the box. All right, I'll see you later. Right. Boom. So when the box came out, you pay some money to see the video. And a list would come up and you pick this video.
Right.
Luke, whatever it was, I Want to Rock.
Uh-huh.
So now these videos are coming on. People think that it's us.
Right.
But that's not me.
Did they jack the name though? Is that clear?
I didn't know it at the time. What? I didn't even know that MTV created the box.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes.
What? Really?
MTV created the box. But there was it didn't say MTV production, didn't say Viacom or nothing on it.
That's crazy.
Wow. MTV created the box. The box was a money grab. The whole idea was record labels were spending $20,000.
It was payola, 100%.
Payola straight. Yep. And they would have a dude. I knew one of the dudes.
One of my homies, a DJ, was one of the program directors there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that then. Like I was a fan, so I didn't know.
No, you know how you knew?
If you keep paying, that is paying.
No, but this is how you knew when you ordered a video. You see a million videos before your video ever came out. That's because, and then you see the same video, and it's because
videos
that they would pay it off. That was payola, pay boom, and then
there was a guy sitting in his house, and he was just spending
and it would work.
Money,
and it worked though.
That was his job.
It worked because you would get programmed by seeing that video over and over again.
It broke a lot of artists. Though.
Yeah.
Rico Suave, I feel like he got broke through.
Nah, come on, man. Why does he keep coming up here?
Come on, that's the third time I've seen him.
What was his name? Rico Suave's name? Gerardo. He became an executive and he championed real hip hop shit though.
What's my man from Texas that used to play a lot? Oh man, damn, what's that guy's name? Mexican guy. He was hot.
Oh,
straight gangster.
There's a lot of his name. It sounds like a lot of people.
Damn, I forgot. South Park Mexican?
South Park Mexican.
Yeah. Come on. I know my shit. All that.
And you can't forget Kid Frost.
Kid Frost, yes. All that.
Hispanic heritage, man.
Yeah.
So,
that's right. Boricua Cubano.
So
my wife is Puerto Rican.
Oh, bigger your wife. Make some noise for her. But have you ever been wrong about a video? Like someone sending you a video and you not play it, and you like, damn.
Or you play it and it was not.
Oh,
and it ended up not being that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've missed a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like a good example. It probably was some. I mean, there were records that were hit records, but not in New York.
Right.
And I didn't play it. And then when I went somewhere else, it was like, what?
Right.
People were going crazy to the records.
Right.
You know, like.
You tell N.O.R.E. about that all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was throwing the alley-oop. No, because me and him will argue about that all the time. Not argue, but we debate. It's like, back then, it almost felt like your records had to sound like New York to get, because, you know, obviously, you was controlling, we had the thing, and it almost seemed like people wanted to have they records sound like New York.
The business of hip hop was centralized in New York.
At the time. Yeah.
So everybody,
like when we first seen Cypress Hills,
I played Cypress Hills because I thought they was from Brooklyn. Cypress Hills.
Yeah, everybody
remember Cypress Hills in Brooklyn.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And I told Be Real that he's like, I know. Everybody told me.
It's like everybody had to go in through the back door and pause. But
I
going to New York.
Yeah, like to make a sound that was relatable to New York sound,
right?
To kind of get in the door,
right?
But like when I played N.W.A, it wasn't playing on the radio in New York. And I just felt like whatever. Now I'm going to LA now because I'm working. I'm doing videos out there. So I'm seeing there's a whole scene in LA. So I'm aware of it. New York people not really aware of it because they haven't seen it.
Right.
You know, but N.W.A, I'm like, this is hard.
Right.
This is like West Coast Public Enemy.
Yeah, that's exactly what
that's the way I took it.
That's the way I looked at it too back then.
We gonna play this, and people were like, man, ooh, what? This dude, Easy E got Jerry curls. I'm playing Easy E too.
Right.
We want Easy.
Yeah, he came out first. His album's first, right?
It was an album? I thought it was just a single.
No. His whole album came out first. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Jim Jones said, man, when you played that Easy E, I felt like I was him. When he busted out of the jail, I was like,
with those graphics that they used,
green screen. It was hard, you know. Like it was something that was. And New York wasn't playing those records on the radio.
Right.
You know, you didn't hear those records. You know, you might have heard, you know, once in a while a couple, but it definitely wasn't a New York sound. It didn't go in the mix because New York, it was basically mix show. Basically, at that point in New York, it wasn't like Hot 97, you know, or Power 105 or anything.
It wasn't
like
in rotation. It wasn't
a rotation. It wasn't that. So we broke a lot of records. Luke told me that we played his song more in New York than in Miami.
Which record? 2 Live Crew or Luke?
2 Live Crew.
Good.
I played 2 Live Crew first. I Wanna Rock clearly was a big hit. We played that a lot.
That was Luke, actually. I Wanna Rock.
But he said
Move
that,
Something. I could imagine you guys played a lot.
We played Move Something, yeah. But he said that his records wasn't on the radio in Miami.
I believe it. Yeah.
He said they were in the clubs.
Right.
Miami bass.
I mean, I was a kid around it, but it was definitely the clubs and pirate radio.
I was playing it on the playing the videos because it was all the girls in bathing suits. You know, it's Miami. It looked good,
and you could get away with that at that time from 3:30 to 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It was lit.
So, did y'all ever get video music box out here?
No, we would get we would get recorded tapes.
Just recorded tapes. Okay.
Yeah, man. Like people would make like their own version of a mixtape, like a VHS mixtape, and they would have snippets from video music box in it.
Wow.
I'm gonna make it available.
Wow. Yeah, because I seen in a documentary you got all these archives.
Yeah, 20,000 hours. We started a nonprofit video music box collection because it takes real time. These are all tapes, analog tapes. You got to play it out in real time and digitize it.
Right.
And so I'll be here till I'm 90 years old doing this. So we had to get some money. Big up to, people that contributed, Ben Horowitz, some others.
It's history, man. It has to be.
It's preserving it. It's archiving it. It's like, making sure that when we all long and gone, even if you didn't keep a personal history,
right,
we have something.
Right,
it might not be the whole story.
Yes,
but we have something that we say, this is what this person did. This is what EFN did. This is what, this, so that it exists. And not overproduced.
Right.
Like raw.
Right.
Like I want to get, CNN in the sweaty club in Queens or in Brooklyn and, fights about to jump off. I want that footage.
Right.
I want that energy.
It exists.
Right. Not overly produced. That's the purest organic form of it.
Fat Joe said, man, you know how many times, Ralph, you were right in the middle of some that's about to jump off, and you're just there, and the only reason I hasn't jumped off is because you're there.
Right.
I said, is that good? Is that bad? And he's like, no, it's good. It's good.
Fantastic.
Yo, he just edited himself right now. He says, it's about to jump off. He's been doing it a long time.
Like when we used to see like you guys in the club, what was that tape the night before?
Yeah. Oh, it could have been the week before.
It could have been a week before.
Yeah, it could have been a week before. We tried to get it out as quickly as we could. One of the fastest I got out was the Fresh Fest back in '85.
Okay.
That was the first hip hop concert. Yeah, first big hip hop.
Who's on that? Is Beasties on there?
No. It's Run DMC is the headline. Houdini, Fat Boys.
Fat Boys for sure.
Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5. LL got like one record. I Need a Beat.
Right.
He does one record on the
like maybe two.
Okay.
And so, and the Dynamic Rockers. They was
breakdancing crew?
Okay. And they did a whole routine, but like a stage routine. It's
dope.
And you got the footage out like 6 days or something like that, right? I think I read that somewhere. Yep.
Immediately, because I said somebody going, but nobody had it. And there was one other camera that I never seen that angle, but nobody else had it. And that was like the changing of the guards, because there's a scene in there where Grandmaster Caz and Run DMC are crossing each other. They're one's going into the dressing room, one's coming out. And you look at Grandmaster Caz. Grandmaster Caz looks like Rick James.
Right.
His whole
that was the style.
His outfit.
Yeah. Right. Spikes and all that.
Run DMC is
the leather?
No. Lee's.
Okay.
Black.
The B-boy.
Adidas.
Right.
What's up? Like they was straight off the block, straight off of Hollis Ave.
Right.
We just jumped in and we going into the arena. We gonna get on stage and rock it out. I was like, damn, look at the difference in hip hop right there. Look at this.
So you saw it in real time.
I saw it in real time. I got this. I made a still. I'm just gonna put it out of that moment, because that was a big moment to me, because I saw it. And Jermaine Dupri is the dancer
for Houdini.
Yeah, that's from that footage. That's my footage from that.
All the footage that they keep showing of him as a kid.
That's
right?
me. Yeah, it's crazy, because that's how. To be watching hip hop that long is pretty amazing. Thank God I'm still here to talk about it, and that's why it was important for me to come on here.
Right.
Oh, it was
because everybody.
Wait, before you keep going, we gotta give them their flowers.
Oh yeah, yes, please. Our show is about giving people their flowers when they're alive, while they're here. Tell you how great you are, face to face, man to man. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be a lot of us. So we want to give you your flowers. Yes,
nice.
Yes.
Oh, man. It's like 007.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, though. When I came in here, I was definitely a little high, because N.O.R.E is blowing some good shit.
Yes. How was it back then? Because people was going to jail for joints back then. How was it at the Q clubs and things like that when you was filming? Was they allowed to smoke back then?
You wasn't allowed to, but at Q Club you could get away with it, because that was a Jamaican spot.
Right.
But I always say, damn, man, you know how many people are still locked up for some bullshit?
Yeah.
It's illegal now. I remember the first time I saw a Jamaican in Queens.
Right.
Like with some Clarks.
A Jamaican?
A Jamaican.
You saw...
Right. Right. He walked down the block. And
you walked down that block?
Rude boy.
Yeah, that's it. You a time traveler.
And we was sitting on the stoop, like, I'm like young. And I'm like, what is this dude? Who is this guy? My family's from Trinidad. Mm-hmm. But Jamaican is different. Jamaicans is different, bro. And dreads. And I was like, and we were looking at him and we were like, who is this guy? And it was like Bob Marley. And I was like, okay. And so that was the introduction.
All right.
Then, because I'm in Brooklyn at the same time, so I'm seeing dreads now all the time. When I moved back, I graduated from college. I moved back, I'm in the middle of it. That's why I play a lot of reggae music on the show too.
Right.
And, because I hear I know all the tunes.
Right.
As soon as I come out my door, I hear everything, so.
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood,
right.
Yeah. Flatbush.
Yeah. Flatbush. I just think of a motherfucking roti. Making patty and a different patty.
With cocoa bread.
Cocoa bread. God damn it.
N.O.R.E. is
So let's talk about the brothership connection.
Whoa.
Let's talk about that.
The brothership connection. That's me and my man Lionel. My boy, he was the vid kid on TV. Mm. That was our original DJ crew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was called the Brothership Connection. And that went away real quick. It was like for a quick hot minute. Then I was DJ Ralph McDaniels. I never had a like Flash. I never had like Grand Wizard Theodore. I never had one of them names. I just was like, nah, I'm just gonna be me, my regular name.
Just Ralph McDaniels.
Just Ralph McDaniels. Then I went.
What they said the other day? They had DJ D. Everybody was DJ D at one point.
Everything was D or E. Like my original name was Funk E.
Funk
or E Funk. That was my first two original names.
Okay. Let's go talk about Classic Concept.
Yeah. Classic Concept was when we started doing Video Music Box, we were watching the videos and we were like, like it would say, I was on 125th Street walking down the block. I'm like, that's not 125th Street they walking. I don't know where they at right now. We're like, who did this video?
Right.
Insulting to us,
Right.
And so I'm like, we got to do our own videos. And that's why we started Classic Concept. So it was a classic concept. We would come up with something that would stand the test of time. Right. Like...
That's your production company.
That's the name of our production company, yes.
The video.
Yeah. Okay. All the videos we did. Self-destruction.
You did self-destruction.
Incredible.
Yeah. Well, we want to come up with something that's, you can't ever forget this. KRS-One in the Schomburg.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you, when you talk about self-destruction, was you a part of making the record too, or just filming the video after the record was already
I was
made?
around when I wasn't part of it. Okay. I can't say that.
There's a whole Stop the Violence movement.
It happened because there was a concert. Some kids got stabbed. One kid might have got killed. This is when they changed from gold chains to rope to the medallions, the leather medallion.
Wow. So
let's stop the, KRS was the first probably, he just had a big one. Right. And so everybody's like, okay, no more gold chains, leather medallions. And that's when that came about. But KRS-One already had, was it not?
The Stop the Violence movement?
Stop the Violence movement. Right. Not self-destruction. Yeah, Stop the Violence.
Because that was
Stop
part
the Violence in hip-hop.
Yeah.
And so that was just a build off of that. And then they gave D-Nice produced that track. D-Nice produced Self-Destruction.
He actually produced it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember when they were like, D-Nice is working on the record. He was just making the record. Then before the artists were even...
it makes sense. It makes sense. He was a young guy at the time.
But everybody at that time was like, why D-Nice?
Right.
They had D-Nice on here because D-Nice there was a lot of producers out at that time.
Right.
People you didn't even know, when I first said it, you were like,
Right.
That's the way everybody else felt. Did he really? But D-Nice was doing this thing back then.
Well, that record's dope. Like, I can't, and that record to do the video, how hard was it to get all those people in line for that video?
That was hard. He shot it on a Sunday.
Because that's the top tier of hip hop at that time.
Yeah. And not everybody was, playing along.
Wow.
even for that righteous cause.
Right. It's like, what time they gonna be there?
Right.
But I think it was a combination of Ann Carly from Jive Records, myself, KRS-One, Nelson George, and people, and what had just happened. Like, it was a big concert, and it was like, yo, we're not gonna be able to do no more concerts no more if we continue to be doing this craziness at the show. And I think everybody took it seriously. And I think my man's brother had got cut. I saw you walking in the rain.
Shit.
Right. Orange Juice Jones.
Yeah.
His brother, his younger brother was one of the guys who got cut. So he's in the doc. There's a little documentary on it. He's in that talking. So it was kind of close to home. He was on Def Jam. You know, Orange Juice Jones was kind of hot at that time.
Right.
And so people came together. I remember Slick Rick. He looked like he just came from the Castle. Castle was in the Bronx.
Right.
Castle was the spot in the Bronx. That's where, you know, the all the drug boys was there. Kid Capri was the DJ. Open till 7 in the morning. And Rick came down the block with 2 bottles in the coat like it was an album cover. And I was like, damn, this nigga is for real right here. This is the real deal. This is before he went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so with the jewelry on. Bang, 89.
Shit is real.
Shit is real in 89.
Who was your, and you don't necessarily have to answer this, but who was your favorite scene in that self-destruction video? I can tell you mine was MC Lyte and Public Enemy.
Okay. Lionel, who directed that, my partner, Lionel Martin, he loved that. He loved Kane. He was like, he loved, because he did all the Kane videos. He did the early ones. And so, and MC Lyte. We did MC Lyte's video too. We did Paper Thin, One on the Train. So those are his 2 favorite artists,
right?
You know, for that project, let's say. So he and they rhymed right behind each other,
right?
And so he loved that part. So I can understand why you. And that was in front of the what you call them, the club in Times Square, big club back then, Union Square. I mean not Union Square.
Latin Quarters.
Latin Quarters.
Okay.
Latin Quarters.
You're talking about
that's where that scene was at. Not Public Enemy.
MC Lyte.
Yeah, MC Lyte. Public Enemy, Chuck wasn't there. He was in the studio. He was in Long Island. I don't know what Chuck was on, but he wasn't there. You have to ask Chuck. And so he wasn't there. But Flavor was there.
Right.
He's at the scene that morning, Sunday morning in Harlem. But Flavor was there. So they got that done. But Chuck wasn't there.
So Chuck's never in the video?
He's in it, but he's not at that location.
I'm confused because
he's not at that location.
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah, he's in a studio in
oh, you saying his part is in the studio?
Right, in Roosevelt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite scenes in that video?
I think I like the beginning with KR in the Schomburg Library. Right. Just anytime you got to fight, like I'm a producer. In that case, I'm a producer. Right. You fighting for a location. This is the Schomburg. They could care less about hip hop. This is like a, whatever, educational situation. And I'm like, this is a positive song for the community. Y'all are serving the community. I'm putting it on, I'm leaning on them. And they were like, yeah, we don't really care about hip hop though. And I'm like, this is going, it's going to help. And eventually we got it done. And we probably gave them some money, donated some money to the situation. So whenever you got to go through all of that and then you get it done, you're like, all right, that's my favorite scene right there.
Right. I think that song had a huge impact at that time.
Yeah.
And then, then we had the West Coast All-Stars do the same.
Self-destruction was first.
Clearly, right? Clearly. Yeah. But I mean, I think those 2 movements did do a lot of positive at that time.
Do you think it could do it again now?
That's what
we need something like that.
It was a 2-part question. One is, what did you think of when you heard the West Coast version of All in the Same Gang? And then it was
cool. I thought it was cool. I thought it was, especially because they had everybody that was important in it.
Right.
Hammer was in it at the time.
N.W.A.
Yeah.
Digital Underground.
Yeah, everybody was in, and they used the songs. The track changed.
Yeah, above
every
the
time
law.
It went to the artist.
Yeah, above that part with above the law was ill.
Right.
Word.
Yeah. So they used the sample of their music.
Really own music.
Yeah. I don't know who produced that, but that was good. That was a good vibe. But I always say, people always ask me, why don't they do self-destruction now, Ralph?
People have tried.
I mean, like who though?
If right now we were to Google it right now, you'd see a million versions of real legit.
Yeah.
I think KRS-One did a couple, but I think there needs to be a movement to do it the way it was done then.
Because wasn't like self-destruction a version of We Are the World?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, right?
That was a vibe too, like those type of records.
Right.
Like Self-Destruction, We Are the World. It was another one we used to play on the show, Sun City. It was against apartheid in South Africa.
Yeah.
I used to play that all the time. We're not going to do Sun City. You know, all of those types of songs. But I think now, more than ever, we need, because the world is like separated right now.
Polarized like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right.
And one thing about hip hop is I don't care if you black, white, Asian, wherever you came from, if you like hip hop, we with you.
Yeah, it's a union.
We all together. Right. And we need that to come back. You know, I think that people are scared to go and to say it and do certain things because it's not the cool thing to say right now. You know,
right.
Everybody's on their side of the fence. But that's a bad thing. We need to bring. And if hip hop, that's what hip hop did. I remember when I worked at Hot 97.
Right.
And it used to be just black and Latino crowd. And then one night I went out on the stage and it was all white. And, you know, I'm ready to do my usual, yo, Brooklyn, blah, blah. And I'm like, so what am I supposed to say?
They from Brooklyn too.
I said the same shit.
Right.
And they responded the same way.
Right.
I said, oh, okay.
They hip hop.
Yeah. And that's it. Right. That's what hip hop has been. And that's why it's number one now, you know, the number one genre. And people go like, well, you know, hasn't done anything for the world. And I'm like, it brought a lot of people together,
that's
bro.
That's not true.
Right.
I've been in countries where they don't even, I'm the only one speaking English.
Right.
And they know hip hop, they know me, and we all good as long as I go, get on stage and start jumping. Don't have to say nothing. They get it. So
no, it's changed the world. Hip hop has definitely changed the world.
You know, but we're in a time, a tough time, you know, and I'm glad that, you know, I'm not trying to preach or nothing like that, but we need to come together, you know, like just on some, like, come on, man, relax, because we're not going to be here forever, man.
Right.
You know, like.
Let's leave something positive behind us.
It's over fast. Look, I'm like this, like, what? I can't believe, you know, I'm this old now. Right. I'm like, what? Can't, where'd it all go?
We love the documentary. Do you ever think about making a full-fledged movie? Like a biopic? Acting like The Wire about...
Yeah. Yeah, like, we could do that. We could do easily 36 episodes. Easily. Wow. I already was worked on 24.
Wow.
Close to 24. Maybe 16, 17. And the idea was when I first did the documentary was to do a movie first. Because I was like, the streets want to see a movie, man. The movies, because, you know, the movies thing was hot. You know, DVDs, all kind of movies is out.
Right.
I'm like, nah, niggas don't give a damn about no documentary. They want to see the movie. Mm-hmm. And so before I did the deal with Mass Appeal, I did it with Mark Wahlberg.
Wow.
So Mark Wahlberg's, like one of his homies, his main dudes, grew up in Long Island, watching Video Music Bar. He calls me one day, he's like, yo, man, I want to do a documentary on Video Music Bar. I work with Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg? He said, what? He's like, yeah. So let's get him on the phone.
Were you playing Marky Mark on?
I played him.
Okay.
And so I played New Kids on the Block too, Donnie.
So were they getting that in Boston? They was getting
maybe, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I get on the phone. It wasn't Mark, but it was his documentary company.
Right.
And we're talking, and they're like, yeah. And then the pandemic hits. So we're like, we got to do a sizzle reel. So we made the sizzle reel on Zoom. I'm talking, answering the questions. I got all the content. I'm sending it to them. They cutting it up. The sizzle's tight. We signed, you know, when you do these documents, you sign like a little agreement. Like, don't go nowhere else with this for 18 months.
Like exclusivity.
Right. So we met with HBO, which Mark Wahlberg does a lot of stuff with HBO. Yeah. So I'm assuming that this is it.
Right.
We getting ready to go. The main lady, Nancy something, she's on the call. I'm like, this is the lady's on back of every documentary.
Right.
We with the official lady right here.
Right.
She said, I'm sorry, guys. I love the idea, but we already got a bunch of documentaries on music because we can't do nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So then they go, okay, we're going to meet with Netflix. Met with Netflix. Nothing's happening. 2 young kids. I knew they didn't get it at all. So I'm like...
We produced Roxanne joint on Netflix, though.
No, well, it wasn't. Netflix bought it. Another production company bought it and put it on Netflix. So they're like, well, let's go to BET. Hold up. Wait, let's not go to BET yet. Let's move around.
All right.
Let's move around. Nothing against BET, but let's move around. It's hip hop. It's international. Let's move around.
I understand.
And so nothing's happening. So we sit, and we sat for a while. And people, this is during the pandemic, people was dying. You know, oh, such and such died. This one died. It's scary.
Right, scary.
I'm like, hold up, man. We gotta do something here. We're not just gonna sit here and let this play out. So the time the contract ran out. Oh, also the main part of it was Sasha Jenkins, who did the Wu-Tang documentary.
Shout out to Sasha. He's a
right.
Yes.
Every time Sasha would do a documentary, you call me, yo, Ralph, I'm doing Biz Markie, what you got? And I hit him with some footage. Okay.
Right.
Sasha, I'm like, Sasha, I need that back.
Yeah, you were his secret weapon.
Right? Come on, man, I need you to direct the Video Music Box joint. So he's like, all right. He went to the meeting with HBO and all that, but it didn't work out. He calls me, he says, look, man, I'm gonna take it to Showtime. I got a meeting with Showtime. You okay with that? So yeah, it's the same shit. HBO, Showtime. Let's do it. He doesn't tell me that Nas is going with him.
Right.
He says, yo, Nas is, right before they go, we going there now. Nas is with me. I said, Nas? Where did Nas come at? That's Mass Appeal. Okay. All right, no problem. Yo, they loved it. They loved it. That's the only thing they loved.
They showed the trailer?
The trailer.
The trailer that you gave?
No. Not that.
Okay.
We had some other shit that we did for Mass Appeal. Well, it wasn't Mass Appeal at the time. It was just me and Sasha.
Right.
And so took it to them. They love it. They ready to do it. So, you know, Peter Bittenbender, hey. I know Peter, but I don't know him. Like, so come on down, Ralph. You know, I need to talk to you. We're going to get this check moving. I'm like, whoa. Who are you? I'm only joking. Peter, I'm only joking. It's like,
right.
So, but that was the deal. That, you know, Nas came in and just clicked it and made it happen.
Dope.
Right.
Nas is in the room. I was like, yo, you know, Nas is like my little big brother.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, I said the same shit you said, and they act like they didn't hear me. You said it, and they were like, yeah, this is great. Some kind of bullshit is this? But big up to Nas.
That's the way it's supposed to be, though, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I did Nas' first video. I did it.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's crazy.
And didn't you put his EPK on,
which is really what got it popping in the streets like that, because I mean he had a buzz.
Right.
But when that EPK came out, nobody ever did that before.
Right.
So for those
like a video EPK.
Yeah,
well, that's what. Yeah, right.
Basically, like behind the scenes whole thing of the album. All the producers are in it. Premier, Large, LES, Pete Rock, Q-Tip. It's everybody's in
the creme of the creme of the time.
Right? At the time, right? And
all five of them is on. All five of them produced the album. Too. Yeah.
And we in the projects.
Right.
We in the building. You know, we walking around talking. You know, and that was another changing moment in hip hop, because that was, you know, a new era of different types of artists.
Yep.
You know,
that was a changing of a guard as well. Yeah.
That time. Yeah.
And then that's how you wound up doing It Ain't Hard to Tell?
No, we were already doing. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Right. Yeah, they said, oh, you did a great job. We got a video. It ain't hard to tell. There's another case of, it's not a big budget because they not quite sure yet.
Right.
Columbia Records.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a weird shakiness with his project. Yeah.
You know, big up Faith Newman. And she's like, yo, you know, we got, you know, a little bit of money. Can you do this? I'm like, just I'm already sold. This is classic.
Because he's buzzing crazy already.
I seen it with my own eyes in the clubs. Niggas is fighting. It's working.
Right.
It's happening, you know?
Right.
And so I'm like, all right. And so we did that. And then I wanted to do The World Is Yours. That was the video that was like cream to me. I'm not saying that, you know, ain't all telling a big record. But when I heard, I liked the pianos.
So wait, so you did Cream before that?
No, we did Cream.
After that.
Yeah, after that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, that was the next single, The World Is Yours.
Right.
After It Ain't Hard to Tell, I believe. And so, yeah, and it was just step by step. Mind you, also, I get that because I'm also dealing with Third Base. We did all the Third Base videos. MC Search.
So then back to the Grill Again had already came out with Well, yeah, I mean, Dirt Bass, and then Search had his own project.
Search is the one who told me.
Back to the Grill Again has Nas in it.
Yeah. But he's the one who said, I got this artist that I'm working with, Nasty Nas.
Because he was shopping him.
And he was pumping it up. And I'm like, okay. And that's how the relationship becomes. I know Faith Newman, she used to be at Def Jam. She's at Columbia now at the time. Right. So it was a Def Jam kind of connection thing. And then, that's how it happened.
Seems like a lot of people were fighting for Nas to make sure he got across the finish line.
Yeah.
How was it, your relationship with Biggie?
Biggie was a funny dude, man. This dude is a comedian, man.
Right.
We in the
What's the first interaction ever?
Okay, first interaction, me and my man Beast. We was on by Tower. It used to be Tower Records back in the days, a record store.
Yep.
And we on Broadway. On Broadway and 8th Street. There's a Carvel, Mr. Softy. We getting some ice cream. It's hot. So this girl comes up to us. She's like, "Hi, Ralph. I want to introduce you to Notorious B.I.G."
Wow.
So I said, like, that's what she said, like, Notorious B.I.G., like, that's a hell of a name.
Right.
I want to see this guy.
Right.
And so he's standing behind me, and it's Fat Chris.
Right.
And I'm like, there's nothing that looks notorious about him to me.
So they were calling him Notorious, like even when people were calling him Biggie?
That's what she
Biggie
said.
Smalls?
Yeah, she said Notorious B.I.G.
Okay, so he already had that name.
So maybe it existed, maybe that's what he wanted.
Right.
And so...
Thank you.
I'm looking at him, and he's like, "What's up, man? Yo, I watch you on TV. He's a nice guy." Right. I'm like, all right, so we said, "What's up?" And I turned around, I went to my man Beast. I said, he didn't look like Notorious.
He's not that notorious.
So 6 months later, I see him in Brooklyn now. It's like he's an Incredible Hulk now. Right. He's a different dude. I'm like, oh, that's the Notorious B.I.G. He turned into that guy.
He morphed into that guy.
Yeah, he morphed into that guy. But he was a funny ass dude, man. You go to clubs and, buying drinks with girls. He's a comedian, man. I know, many people miss him, man, because of just the jokes, man. And the lyricism, and the way he could paint a picture of it. And he'll tell a story like he does records. Right. He like, yo, this dude is hilarious, man. He can't stop laughing, but this shit really happened.
Right. It's like dark comedy.
Right.
Didn't y'all have something set up in the tunnel, like as soon as you walk in
like
the
a
tunnel?
booth?
Yeah, was it?
No, that wasn't us.
Maybe Flex.
Yeah, Flex. Yeah. Mr. Excitement and Flex.
What was one of the best clubs for you to film in?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say, best clubs. So many. The Arc.
The Arc. Wow.
In Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, only Brooklyn, well, I shouldn't say only Brooklyn, but mostly Brooklyn people know about the Arc.
Right.
And that was another club that on any other night, it was Caribbean night. Wow. But when we did it, it was mixed. It was more hip hop than Caribbean. And I brought Mary J. Blige there. First time she ever came to Brooklyn. I brought, I remember Little Kim used to be there before she had records out. And when she had a record out, we brought her on stage. What you talking about?
With Biggie or by herself?
By herself. And, all of these big name artists, like Shaba, Supercat would come,
That was that era too. That was that era. The hip hop, reggae era.
Shaggy used to be there with us all the time. Like, I feel like, in fact, I did Shaggy's first video because he was there all the time.
Which one? The Carolina joint?
Carolina.
You did that joint?
Yeah.
That was that's a classic.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because he was there with us all the time, like we hung out, and went to the diner afterwards. He had just come home from the service. He was a Marine.
Yeah, Marine, yep.
Yeah. And then he was hanging out with us. So, and then, he sold 10 million records. And, I was like, what? It just happened. But all those artists, all those DJs, I think about some of the DJs that we lost, Lance and all these other guys that were just amazing guys. And Bismarck, he would DJ. He came out to DJ and in some of those clubs.
He would kill it as a DJ.
And he would kill it,
Peace.
It was, It was a good time. It was a good time in that space. And then you could get robbed on the way home.
As a matter of factly.
So sorry.
Yeah,
How did you deal with, I'm sure, being the platform that you had, that was one of the few platforms at that time for hip hop, when people had beef and wanted to have a video that was a beef, like let's just say, let's go with KRS. Like, how did that era, like, how did you deal with that?
Queensbridge hated me.
Because you had to play it. You had to play it, right?
I had to play it.
So how do you manage those situations? And how did you manage that situation?
I was like, yo, it's hip hop. Come on, stop playing.
You're like, it's kind of dope.
Yo. And every time I played it, they was like, yo, Ralph, when we see you on site.
Was it real pressure on you, for real?
Nah, I didn't take it like that. But, you know, because they knew. KRS was doing his thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there was no getting around it. It was it. But after a while, they're like, yo, you playing it too much. Stop.
Do you think is that what Drake and Kendrick is going through right now? Like, you know,
right, it's too much.
It's too much.
You know, I don't think he expected it to still be going.
Yeah,
in rotation
going, right?
and all kinds of.
Who do you think that doesn't expect it? Drake or Kendrick? Drake, probably.
Probably Drake.
Right.
Maybe even, I don't even know. I don't know, man. This dude really thought about it when he did, because they're still going.
Right.
People taking it like they anthem,
Right.
you know.
No, yeah, Kendrick did some Art of War shit.
That was a pretty, because I wasn't, and when it was happening, I wasn't really, I'm not really paying attention to it. It was a little bit after that, I'm like, what's going on here? What? So I started listening, going back and listening to the first song, the response, the first song. So I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of serious. They're not playing right now.
I think the Kendrick Drake thing is definitely the modern day version of KRS Shan.
Yeah, that's why I was.
It definitely is. It's that impactful to hip hop, and like I remember being that. I was on Twitter that the moment that those records started coming out, and it's like my wife was like, "Yo, it's late. You're not going to? No, this shit's going down right now. Like they dropping records right now."
See, and that's the thing too, is like you knew it was on streaming, and, you know, like I wasn't paying attention. Like I know those guys that stream and stuff, but I was like, no,
well, I just happened to be awake.
Oh, okay.
Had I gone to sleep, it would have passed me by, and I would have been a little lost.
Right.
But I just happened to catch a tweet. I said,
New Drake.
"Oh, hey, something's going on here right now. Something's bubbling." And they just started. These records started coming out, and it was meticulous. It was crazy. And then the next day, and then you just, I'm locked in now. The next day, I'm following it.
Right.
The next day, I'm locked in.
That's the way you gotta be.
Yeah.
That's why y'all are who y'all are.
But do you see how crazy it is that you can do something like that right now? Like right now, just with this.
Right.
It's everything that you were doing that took hours, hundreds of man hours.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Just like that, you know, and, you know, we'd be like, catch us at 3:30.
Right.
Ain't no catching nothing. We doing it right now.
In right 3 minutes or 3 seconds. Do you think that access to technology and to the audience hurt hip hop? Like the fact that everybody now could be an artist, everybody could be a producer, everybody could be a director, and in real time, and they're not really artists, they're not really directors, they're not really producers. Do you think that hurt the art form?
I don't think it hurts it. I think it's the process. You know, we went through a process, and just like we've gone through processes before, from my VHS tapes to whatever, you know, DVDs, you know, to streaming now, to whatever, you know, everything is a process, and it has we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow,
right?
You know, somebody could pop up with some new fly shit, and all the kids go, "This is it," and we all be like, "Oh, what they doing over there?"
Right.
And that's be the next thing, because hip hop always been young. Not saying that we can't participate in our own way, because I still, you know, I'm trying to pay attention to what kids is doing, but I'm not living like them. I'm not out there. So, but I, you know, I want to hear the hot shit. You know, what's the hot shit? Like them, the kids 41 that came out and they you know, drill music. As soon as I heard it, I was like, this shit is hot. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. This is some hot shit. When are we fucking again? I was like this. That's right. But you know, not everything I don't feel the same. You know, like I felt about that. I called the dude up, and I was like, he's from Brooklyn. I said, yeah, you know, it's Ralph McDaniels from Brooklyn. He's like, Uncle Ralph? I said, yeah, this shit is official, man. I just want to let you know that. Then after he was talking, I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm way out of my lane. Let me get back.
Would you ever do a like a new version of Mr. Box where it's a whole new young
people,
DJs,
right?
and it's all about the new music? Would you do something like that?
That's what the movie was based on.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I never thought about doing it in real life.
Right.
But I think it could be dope.
But why would it have to be just about current?
I'm saying the show, his original show, because right now he can do that same show, like hire somebody, like, you know.
Oh, you mean like him?
To be him, and be there, and you could really put that out in real time.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe on an app or something like that.
I might pass through the room every once in a while and go like that.
Right.
And then little niggas is doing whatever they doing.
Yeah. Because you could really have somebody really do that in real time. Like
sounds like a N.O.R.E. and
I'm serious. Just think about it.
A Dream Champ presents.
Look, it's all these people who submits videos right now, and it's watered down because it's not a fly show. Well, because like if it's on the show, you know that this is tasteful. This is official,
and there's no filter. We have like I'm saying, there's nobody saying that. Like I'm talking about gatekeeping. I'm saying people of the culture saying, all right, we gotta put some parameters on this.
Yeah.
No, I think that's right, because right now anybody could just upload to Spotify, upload to here, upload to
but
there.
Now this is a flat platform.
But if you make a
this
platform,
has its own history, video music,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
With integrity, you know,
I have no filter.
Yeah.
When the first time I said, yo, Sexy Red is hot, and everybody's like, what? Are you crazy? I'm like, I'm telling you, man, watch what happens.
Right.
I know that girl. I know that girl. I know that girl.
But you know her for real, or you know?
No girl just like her. I know that girl.
Sally, that girl.
You know that girl. Stop playing. And she knows he's that girl.
That was hilarious.
My daughter's over here. Stop playing. My daughter.
She don't want to hear none of us talking about Sexy Red nothing. Sorry about that.
Nah, that's all good. That's all good. But did you know, like literally, I know we touched on this earlier, but did you know you was making history while you was making history?
Not till maybe like 10 years in.
Wow.
Like when we started getting like bigger names coming to the show. Like when Will Smith, well, that was early in the game, but when Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff came off the elevator, because we used to have an elevator right as soon as you walk in, you in our office. And I was like, word? Will Smith and, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? Okay. Then Dame and Jay-Z.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Oh.
These dudes is coming to us. We in there minding our business.
All right.
Bringing, bottles and stuff. I'm like, they all have bottles. They all have bottles. That's the thing. That's when it used to be difficult to get artists.
Right.
Now it's not as difficult.
Right. What do you mean difficult? Like, because artists wouldn't be in New York?
Or do you think people didn't want to be on? They were camera shy.
No. We would get like, can we get them? We asking for a free show.
Right.
We playing the video.
Right.
Can we you don't want to do the free show shit, Ralph.
Even back then, they were saying that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we just okay. But the biggest party I had was Big and Jay-Z were hosting it. My birthday.
Wow.
This is Ready to Die is out.
Wow.
It's already a hit. But, Big ain't really get the check yet. You could tell.
Right.
It was coming. He
was still a little humble.
Right. And Puff goes, I'm like, Puff, man, I need him to come to the birthday. He's the hottest dude out. Mm. And Puff goes, oh, that's a lot. I said, come on, man. I seen him at the Mr. Softy truck, like, just a couple of months back.
Good.
We cool.
Good.
And he came. And he stayed the whole time.
Right.
And, and then we played Get Money. We played Junior Mafia,
which was helping him.
Right.
He's launching that, right?
And then he starts performing. It's on the line. You look it up. Jay-Z and Biggie perform. One of the only times you'll see them perform. And Jay came on stage at the time because anywhere where Big went, Jay was, Jay was there first, actually. And Jay came because Foxy was there, too. It was a crazy night. It was my birthday. Mr. Biggs is there. Ron Isley.
Wow.
Biggs is here. Ice-T's over here. Big and Jay's on stage. Foxy. Joe, the singer Joe.
Wow.
It was a crazy night. And so that's when we knew we was good. People were coming.
It took you for that to happen and know that you was doing something special?
I mean, I'm talking about the industry.
Okay.
I never cared about the industry,
right,
to be honest.
That's a separate entity. I always tell people that's separate from hip hop.
Only thing I care about is the street.
Right.
Because if the streets is not fucking with me, then I got to fix my shit because I'm not doing it right.
Right.
And I always got love from the street. I don't care where I was at. I was in Left Rack, if I was in Harlem, if I'm in Newark, East Orange, Trenton, New Jersey, Camden, I don't give a damn where I was at. We was like, yo, shit, Ralph McDaniels, yo, my nigga, start talking, they get happy. Right. And I'm like, all right, so shout outs. Can I get a shout out? Oh. Let me write it down. And then you do it.
Right.
And then you see you like months later. Yo,
you gave me a shout out.
I forgot.
That was like the first follow.
Yeah, those shout outs
you follow somebody, like that's the first follow.
Change lives, I'm sure.
Somebody's life, man, it meant a whole lot to them. You could see it in their face, and like they'll never forget. There's a story when this dude stole my car. I don't know if you ever heard that one.
Okay.
Dude
stole your car?
Yeah, stole my Jeep. I had a Wrangler Jeep. And I went to dinner with my wife, came back, car was gone. Came back to my house. And I drove her car, came back, my car was gone. Yeah, I know I parked the car here. Boom. But I see it on the ground, see glass. I said, oh shit, nigga stole my shit. Go upstairs, sitting there, we trying to figure it out. My phone rings. Dude's like, yo, man, this Ralph McDaniels? I said, yes. He said, yo, we got your Jeep. I said, okay. So he's like, you can come get it. This is in Brooklyn. We in such and such and such and such. In Brownsville.
Oh, shit.
Anything in Brownsville. It's tricky. So I said, all right. I'm not trying to punk out. Yeah, all right, I'm coming over there right now. Don't bring no cops. No, I ain't bring no cops. We coming over there right now. So, all right. So I call my man, Beast, my rest in peace, my friend Handsome. We go over there, right? I get out. My wife is like, you ain't leaving me in the house. I'm going with you. I said, you can't go. Suppose this shit goes wrong. He's like, no, well, I'd rather be there than over here. So I said, all right. So she's
Sounds
with me.
Boricua.
Yeah. She's in the car. I get out the car. I'm standing in the middle of the street. This is one of the darkest blocks I ever seen. I forgot about this block in Brooklyn. I'm like, okay, I'm standing there. I don't see nothing. It's quiet. It's like a movie. There's a dude sitting on the step on the stoop.
Sounds like Warriors right now.
Right. I'm looking at him. He don't look at me. I'm out there for at least 10 minutes. Then he goes, yo, Ralph. For 10 minutes, he sat there. He didn't say nothing. I said, yeah. He said, that was me who called you. I said, all right, yo, what's up? He said, yeah, my boys took your shit and I got it back for you. So I said, all right. So he's like, yo, man, you know my man, such and such and such and such and such. We be at the parties, man. He said, I'm gonna tell you how this shit works. Because these dudes, they steal cars and then they bring it to me and I give them money for it. So I said, okay. He said, but I seen your name and kept business cards and all kind of stuff coming up. Ralph McDaniels, flyers. Must be your shit. So, we can't take Ralph's shit. We got to give it back to him. So I said, all right. So I'm waiting on what's
You're like, are you giving it back or not?
Right. So come on around the block. Now this is there's no lights on this block. So I said, here's where it gets tricky. We're gonna be tasseling in the street because I'm not punking out. I'm gonna get my shit and get in and keep it moving. Went around corners, so here's my car sitting there. They had taken the speakers out and everything. They had ripped everything out.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
And the dude gave it back to me. Still to this day, I see my man at some of the spots in Brooklyn, and me and him became friends, and we good people.
Oh,
and
wow.
You become friends with everybody you got beef with.
It's the easy way to go.
Right.
Better friends than not.
Right.
I'm down. Let me go take a pee, man.
I'll wait for you to come back.
This is good.
So what is one of your favorite moments in video music box history?
Oh man, best favorite moments.
Yeah.
I think, probably Fresh Fest was a big deal, and that was early.
Okay.
In '85.
Okay.
I taped all of the summer jams because I was working there at the time. The only one I didn't tape, and
I mean, when you say all of the summer jams, summer jam
from
up till now.
Yeah, from at least maybe they have 25. I got at least 17 of them that I taped.
Wow.
And I just knew it was important to tape these things. I wasn't thinking about content.
Right.
I was thinking about, I might have been thinking about content on my show at that time, but I was also thinking about this is a history.
Right.
And it needs to be documented. And so I taped all of those.
All of the summer jams.
All of them. Like to Kanye and Jay and, all of y'all, everything that was important. So I'm glad that I have documented that, that we can look at that and do whatever for future. And then there's the other stuff like, the fashion, Benny the Jewelers and those kind of things. We go into those spots and when cats was making the jewelry and, we got to meet them in FUBU. First time you ever heard of FUBU was on Video Music Box.
Right. Wow.
Never heard of that before.
Wow.
The dude, Damon came and my man Keith, and Keith worked with my mother and said, yo, there's this kid that works with me, he got a clothing line called FUBU.
Wow.
So I said, all right. I didn't know what it meant.
Right.
So I said, what does that mean? It was like for us, by us. I was like, what?
Fire.
That's the most incredible thing I ever heard. Come on, we're going to put it on the show. Put it on the show. I said, where y'all got these clothes at? They were like everywhere. They were like, nah, just on the Ave, on Jamaica Ave, in the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. I said, all right, well, y'all better get some more because once we put it on Video Music Box, it's going to be popping. Right. So they was looking at me like, And then Damon said, yo, you wasn't lying. People calling from all over the place. We want to get our shirts. Wow. I said, I told you.
FUBU?
Talking about FUBU? Yeah. So that was a breakthrough because then we started creating fashion shows for people like Damon John and them. Mm. So, April Walker, she's putting clothes on Tupac. Yeah. She's doing, big. All these different people, Sean John or Rockaware. Remember, everybody had. You have a clothing
platform.
Fuji's had they had the refugee line. Biggie had Brooklyn Mint.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody had a clothing line after a while.
Yeah.
It kind of got stupid after a while. Like, that's enough. So, but we gave them a lane to do something, and we created this show because Fashion Week was fronting on all of those clothing lines. Only one that could buy their way in was Russell Simmons because he had Def Jam money.
For Fat Farm.
Right, Fat Farm, right. But everybody else was getting fronted on it. And so we said, we're gonna create our own fashion show just for the hip hop shit at the same time they do Fashion Week.
That's smart.
Same time. Yeah. So we get the same models, Tyson.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So wait a minute, you just said that you would do your fashion shows the same time Fashion Week.
That's smart. That was smart.
I remember seeing that, but I didn't realize because I didn't know what Fashion
Week was. You know what Fashion Week was because you wasn't supposed to know. They wasn't inviting your ass.
Yeah.
And that's perfect because it would look like it's synonymous with Fashion Week. So if you knew or you didn't know, it worked either way.
Knew, it worked. But we figure out ways. That's hip hop.
Yep.
We figure out ways to be creative and do something that's going to be, helpful for us. Because that's my job to make, whatever I did, y'all don't have to go through. Drink Champs don't have to go through.
Facts.
And what Drink Champs does, 100%. The next nigga don't have to go through.
Yep.
But we already did it, fam.
Yep.
So you should be here.
Yep.
Just think about this.
Yep.
Hey, man. Quick time?
Yeah.
Let's have Paul and Sonny do it.
For us too? Come on, Paul and Sonny. Come on. Well, no, Paul's driving. Come on, Sonny.
Okay.
You gonna move my belt again, bro? You gonna move my championship belt again?
You used to have way more bottles up here before, right?
We did. We're getting older and we're All right, so this is the game. This is our drinking game. We're gonna give you two choices.
Okay.
If you pick one, nobody drinks.
Okay.
Easy.
If I pick one, nobody
If you
drinks.
pick one of the two choices, if you say neither of them or both of them, which would be the PC answer, we're all drinking.
Okay.
We all take a shot. You could take a sip, whatever you want.
Okay.
If you want a shot, up to you.
No Hennessy today.
No Hennessy. Okay, so you want him to be your designated drinker?
Yeah, he could be my
There
designated.
you go. Yeah, I've been waiting to drink, and I'm drinking with you.
Cool.
So ready?
Yep.
All right, first one. Damn,
Ed Lover or Fab Five Freddy?
crazy.
Ed Lover, that's my man from Queens. He lived around the corner from me.
Right.
Fab is my man too, but Ed Lover.
And any stories with anybody we mentioned, please, because this is all about just
Let me tell you
jogging
something.
your memory.
Fab Five Freddy is one of the most amazing type dudes that you could ever meet. This
I
dude,
say he's like the ambassador of hip hop to the world.
when you go and hang with Freddie, because he's going to introduce you to some intellectual type people, right?
Right.
That you don't know,
Right.
but you should know.
Right.
And that's what I appreciate about Fab, man, is that this guy is just like a hip hop statesman. You know, he's worldly. He knows his shit. He knows about the music. He knows about the quality. You know, the cloth. You know, he's that type of
We
dude.
need a documentary on him.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Because
But
he's
Fab
such an interesting individual.
Man, but Ed is my man from around the way.
Now, we just had him, and it's perfect that you're here right after him.
Yep.
Ed used to be the security guard at the high school.
Well, he didn't tell us that part.
Yeah.
He left out security
He
guard.
left out that part.
Andrew Jackson High School.
Right.
LL Cool J or Big Daddy Kane?
Wow.
I gotta get my shots ready in case you say something. Can you get it? Jamie, you got his shots? N.O.R.E. shots?
Yeah, I'll
Come on, Jamie.
do.
Oh,
I'm going to go with Big Daddy Kane on that one. You know,
Okay.
and that's, you know,
Oh, yeah, I do.
clearly LL Cool J's
Like, if you're not drinking, you could
catalog is amazing.
drink for everybody.
Okay. My bad.
But, you know, I've been in them Brooklyn clubs when that Kane comes on and the whole ruckus starts with the Wrath of Kane comes on and niggas start fighting. Like, yeah, it's hot now.
So you're picking Kane, right?
I'm picking Kane just because I'm aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run DMC or the Beastie Boys?
Run DMC.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Roxanne.
Standing on 2/5,
Okay.
shooting the gift.
Right.
Roxanne Shanté or Moni Love?
Shanté. Shanté's my girl.
Man, you are terrible at these questions.
Moni is dope.
Shout out Moni, but I mean,
I love Moni.
Obviously, he's gonna say Roxanne.
Moni's in my video, my documentary.
Right.
She was one of the last edits that we put in there, and there was something we did on Instagram. So big up Moni. Yeah.
Got it.
Nah, you get it.
Guru or Scarface? Rest in peace, Guru.
Whew. You know, Scarface is an amazing dude.
I hope he's well right now because I know he was going through
Yeah,
some
he's
health
going
issues.
through some health
I
issues.
hope he's well, man.
He's going through some health issues.
We need Scarface in this
Yeah,
show.
yeah. He's just.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I realized how good Scarface was, and I saw him and Rakim interacting, you know, and, you know, hip hop thing is, Rakim is, you know, like, I'm not sleeping on you, fam. I'm paying attention to you, Scarface. Like, I could see that in
Like
Rakim.
early years,
No,
Ghetto
like
Boy years?
recently.
Oh,
like,
recently.
Like last year.
Okay.
And I'm like, this.
Oh,
like,
because they were
Rakim-
both the recipients, right?
Right. So I was like, Rakim is respectfully keep an eye on you, bro. Because I know what you can do. I know what you're capable of doing, Scarface.
Face is one of the illest, man.
But I'm going to go with Guru.
Okay.
DMX or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Swiss Beats or Timbaland?
Swiss Beats.
Yeah. Yeah,
Should have went with
everything.
DMX, right?
Queen Latifah or MC Light?
Oh, Light. She's off the block.
Mobb Deep or MOP?
I can't make a decision on this.
So you can make Sonny drink.
Taking shots?
I'll drink with you, Sonny. Cheers. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Yeah, can't make a decision on
Ay,
that.
Dios mío.
Brooklyn, Queens.
Jadakiss or Nas?
Nas.
Biggie Smalls or Big L?
Biggie.
Did you ever interact with Big L?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to Big L.
DITC.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And he was Lord Finesse is a beast.
Oh, a beast. A beast.
Back in the days.
We need Lord Finesse on Drink Champs, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. I got
Big L.
And that's what Big L was looking at.
Yep.
Lord Finesse.
Big Pun or ODB?
Wow.
Rest in peace.
Pun.
Pun? Okay, for that.
Wu-Tang or N.W.A?
Wu-Tang.
Radio or podcast?
Radio, because I'm a radio. Yeah, I grew up on radio. Yeah.
Good, you do that.
MTV Raps? Yo MTV Raps or BET The Basement? Rap City The Basement?
BET The Basement, Big Ticket was hard. That was official. Ticket don't get enough credit for,
You're picking that over Yo MTV Raps?
Yeah, for curating that. Because there's so many amazing freestyles. And artists really wanted to do it. I felt like when they came on his on that show. I don't know if it was BET putting that together, but I feel like Tigger started off as a dancer.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
Tigger is in
From where?
Tigger's from the Bronx.
Really?
Yeah. Tigger's in a video I directed called Sally by Stetsasonic.
Not Sally, that girl from...
Right.
Was it MC Shady?
No.
Who did Sally?
Thinking of a girl named Sally.
Gucci Crew? No? I don't know.
Her name is Stetsasonic. Sally is...
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, it's a different side.
And they're in the barbershop. If you look in the barbershop, they all sitting in the chair getting a haircut, and there's some guys. This is when dancers was in videos.
Right, in all videos.
That's Tigger. Because the girl Cheryl that worked with me at the time producing, she knew him from the Bronx. And she was like, he wants to be in the video. And I was like, he wasn't Tigger yet, you know. But he was a cool guy. He was like, like dancers, they knew how to talk. And I'm like, all right, and he knew how to dance. So I said, all right, we're gonna put him in the video. And that's how I first met him.
Wow. Fun fact, I was the first Florida DJ on Rap City on
really?
Basement. Yeah. They had the DJ always with them?
Yes.
I was the first Floridian DJ to be.
I didn't realize they had guest DJs.
Yeah. And you know who put me on? Justo. Rest in peace.
Oh man, rest in peace.
He's
Justo.
the one who connected me to get that opportunity.
I got a lot of those the award shows.
Yeah, and I won an award.
Do you remember the one with K Slay?
Yeah.
Fighting?
Oh.
What's his name? Mike?
I think it was
from Far Rockaway?
Was it the year that I won an award the year that 50 Cent won his mixtape award?
The dude said K Slay, he said, "You're not a real DJ" to K Slay.
Wow.
And K Slay was like, "What?" And I'm interviewing him at the same time. So the dude comes out, Far Rockaway, Harlem. So next thing I know, K is like trying to get his body around. So I know what he's about to do. He's gonna snuff him because I'm in the way.
Right.
So he's trying to get himself around so he could. And but his man, oh no, it wasn't even K. His man comes up, punches the dude. And then the next thing you know, everybody's flying around, falling on the floor and stuff.
K-Slay was a super legend, man.
Yeah.
K-Slay
from Wild Style? He's in Wild Style, man.
Right, yeah.
That's wild.
K-Slay would be like, he said, anytime Ralph come, these niggas get too excited, man, because they see that camera and shit.
Soul Train?
No.
Or what? You didn't even put anything after that, Mr. Lee. You just left it blank, so we're supposed to Soul Train or blank?
Soul Train or American Bandstand? American Bandstand?
Mr. Lee, you are terrible at this. Soul Train or Sunny D BT? Soul Train or Netflix?
Soul Train, the great Don Cornelius.
You see this? You see what Mr. Lee does?
The great Don Cornelius, whoever. Put up, I'll go with the great Don Cornelius.
I mean, Soul Train probably the first time a lot of people saw hip hop too.
Yeah. And Don really wasn't a fan of no hip hop. He was like,
nobody was at that time.
He was like,
really?
This hippity hop shit.
Right.
Niggas take that shit back to New York. Because it was in LA where they shot that show.
Really?
Yeah. Soul Train.
I didn't know it was in LA.
Yeah. It was in LA. It was like, no, we not feeling. Big Lou, the dude who used to be the big light skinned dude, he used to be in the front, he's the one who brought all the hip hop to Don Cornelius.
Was it 80s or 90s hip hop?
90s. Boom bap. Street corner. It was the most authentic time.
It was
I could
the
listen
best.
to N.O.R.E. said something that actually really happened. Sometimes.
So you feel like 90s hip hop reflected the reality of what was going
I
on?
feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80s was, was fun. Some of it was made up. A lot of it was made up. But 90s was like, no, it was
I feel like that late 80s going into the mid 90s
Camouflage.
was the best era.
B Street versus Wild Style.
Wild Style.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Did you ever meet any of them?
No.
You thought of
Prince.
it for a second.
Yes, Prince.
You met
Yeah.
Prince?
Yeah, I met Prince.
Okay.
At Nels. There's a spot in New York called
diner?
Nels. Remember Nels?
Yeah, Nails.
On 14th Street?
That Prince spot? I think that was the
Well,
Prince spot.
I don't think he owned it, but he would just
or
show
Dame
up.
Dash bought it or something like that.
Maybe.
Okay.
So he would just show up there like 2:00 in the morning with his
Right.
guitar, and
He does that.
people would start. Because I'll be getting ready to go. I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm nigga, no, don't go. Prince is getting ready to come.
Prince.
Yeah, and you just come in there.
Floating.
Yeah, float.
Floating on purple,
Walking there,
purple
float,
smoke.
yeah, purple smoke.
All the women go crazy.
Met the man or Red Man?
Nothing, man. I love Red Man. Brick City.
Clips or EPMD?
Ooh, EPMD.
Man, you answer everything.
Come on. I mean, like,
Rakim
them dudes is
or
hard.
KRS-One?
Rakim is my favorite artist, so I gotta go with Rakim.
Okay.
Kid Capri or Red Alert?
Red Alert. I love Kid Capri, but Red Alert. I mean, the amount of work that Red put on that radio, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Nah, he broke a lot of ground.
Different from playing in the clubs,
Right.
But on that radio, you fitting them records into that little hour or whatever time you got, that rush hour mix,
He changed a lot.
Yeah.
He changed a lot.
and keeping it funky at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. Drake or Kendrick?
I'm a Drake fan. Yeah, I like Drake. I went to see Drake in concert.
Really?
Did his thing.
All right.
I ain't mad at him. He had shit flying around the arena. This is like funkadelic up in here.
The Baby versus the Little Baby.
The Baby.
Okay.
Funky.
Loyalty or respect?
Respect. I'm good with the respect.
Okay.
You ain't gotta be, you can go over there and talk.
Cheers to the last one. Cheers to the last one.
Yeah.
Salute.
Cheers.
Knicks.
Thank you for your service.
Back then, when you was playing videos, was there censorship?
Everything, you couldn't say the N-word.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay.
Could you curse?
No, not on TV.
Right.
Because we were under FCC rules. So you can't curse. Certain things, you're not supposed to do sexual, things. And so you basically that was it. I mean, now, compared to now, it's much more strict now to me, the rules of what you can say on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, regular
Really?
TV.
I thought it got
not cable.
Okay.
Oh,
Because sometimes you might be watching cable. And
everybody confuses it now because you're so used to it.
or you're watching streaming of it.
Right.
All right.
And it's not the edited version of it like NBC live coming on TV.
Right.
It's not like you're watching, Super Bowl or some shit like that where it's a live show. You can't say a lot of things. I mean, in commentary you can't talk about, but it'd be politically incorrect.
But I feel like they're loose with the cursing now.
No, I think you're talking about when you're watching on the streams.
Nah, I don't
Not
know.
on regular.
Really? Even on regular?
Now you ain't gonna hear fuck shit.
No, not that. No, I'm not saying that, but they just looser with some like innuendos than they would have been before. Before it would seem like way more strict, way more like.
What's it?
Look at Fred Sanford. They were wilding back then.
Oh, yeah, Sanford and Sons?
Yeah, Sanford and Son.
Oh, that was.
They were wilding back then. I look at that shit and Al Bundy, not Al Bundy.
Oh,
What's my man?
No, not Al Bundy, man.
All in the Family.
What's his name though? Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker was wild.
I was like, yo,
wild.
Whoa.
Right. And that show was groundbreaking.
And it was in a positive way, actually.
No show like that, right?
There was actually, people think it's bad, but they was actually breaking ground.
Addressing, because I lived on a block where the dude right next to me was Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
Only time we ever talked was about the Mets.
Right.
I'd be like, he'd be having the transistor radio outside. He would look at me like, fucking nigga. He hated me.
Right.
But if I go, yo, what's the score? They're winning 7-3. Swoboda just hit a base hit. You know, he obviously talk about sports. Yeah. But other than that,
wow.
Keep it moving, my Negro.
Mets or the Yankees?
I'm Mets. Yeah, I'm Mets.
You say you Mets?
Yeah, I'm Mets. Mets from 1969.
I just that right now.
I just threw out the first.
Jeez, it sounded like your hands were wet, bro.
I just threw out the first pitch at Citi Field.
Wow.
Award number 21, which is Cleon Jones, which is when I was a kid. Cleon Jones was the outfielder, I think played left field. He was a rookie of the year. And I threw out the first pitch. And they called me. It wasn't like I was trying to get it. They were like, would you be interested in throwing out the first pitch at the...
Yeah, well deserved. Hell yeah.
I was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm coming. What day? What time? And so big up to the Mets.
The Source or Vibe magazine?
Source.
What do you think about hip hop media in general, coming from where you come from? Like, where do you think they took it or mistook it?
I think that the Source early days was dope. It was all about the music. I think, if I can remember, it was all about the music. It wasn't someone's opinion.
Right. It was like just
on something, you know. It gave, like, I was a DJ first. So I just wanted to learn about the music. Like, who produced it? Where did they record it at? What would you mean when you said this? What do you mean the done language?
The Source was doing that early on.
Right. What is the done language? What are they talking about?
The done language.
You know, like, I want to know. You know, I think I know, but I don't really know. So I wanted to know that type of information. But when, you know, sometimes it became, I mean, it had to go somewhere. I guess they had to keep people picking up the magazine. So it becomes controversial, you know.
Right.
And somebody comes up with a story. And it's not a positive story. It's all negative. Now we're looking for the negative.
Right. The clickbait.
Right. Before this clicking, it was happening in the magazines first.
Right.
You put whoever on the cover. Oh shit, Snoop Dogg. Didn't he kill somebody?
Yeah.
Let's go pick it up.
So they got beef.
A lot of people blame the Vibe magazine for
the East Coast, West Coast, which was not really East Coast, West Coast.
Right. I've heard that before. Yeah. Right. Because I was going back and forth. I had an office in LA. I didn't have no problem. I mean, not that I'm an artist, but you know, I didn't see that.
Right.
But I'm not, you know, it's not like I was, you know, on Crenshaw either. I was staying
right, he was in a good spot.
I was over here. But, you know, it wasn't like I was in Brooklyn and I didn't hear nobody saying, oh, I hate Snoop Dogg or I hate Dr. Dre. Nobody was saying that.
Right.
Nobody was saying that. Like, nah, we fuck with everybody. You know, that's the thing, you know, and I think people start to one person says it and then they think that the whole city thinks like that.
Right.
I'm like, nah, that's not true.
And says it on a loudspeaker,
right.
Like a radio or whatever. Right.
Even like Outkast. You know, when Andre 3000 said, you know, the South got something to say.
Right.
Like, bro, we've been playing your records in New York.
Right.
Maybe one of the radio stations didn't play it. That's not the city.
Right.
We've been messing with you, man.
Right.
You know, like, I'm like, bro, I thought you was from Brooklyn. When y'all first came out, you look at the first record, Southern Playalistic.
Wow.
I was like, y'all niggas had on St. John's jerseys and all kind. I'm like, this, like, oh, where they from? Until they started talking, that I was like, well, maybe they're not from New York. But they felt like New York.
Right.
So when he said that, I was, come on, it's not true.
No, but I mean, that was the sentiment. That's what we talk about all the time here.
Is that, yeah, go ahead.
That was the sentiment, like, for people in the South or from other parts of not being New York. New York was gatekeeping a lot of things.
That's how
at
they
that
felt.
time. That's the way we felt. That's the way we felt.
I understand.
Meanwhile,
but that's
we
not
was
what
trying to show love.
Right. It wasn't.
And
no, but don't.
Maybe not everybody, but
not everybody. Like not everybody. Like I think the average person was showing love. Like everybody in hip hop was like, oh, we're all hip hop. But if the people in the industry, the ones that were gatekeeping that, were saying, no, you don't sound like us. Oh, you don't sound like that. You're not from here. You're not from that. And they were suppressing certain things.
I agree. The people in the industry.
In the industry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying hip hop did it.
Yeah.
But the industry that was monetizing hip hop was doing that.
Yeah, because we, like I say, we go back to, I don't give a damn what the industry say about me. Many times I wasn't invited to shit or, I wasn't down or whatever. I ain't never got no whatever award, this and that. I could care less. Meet me in Brooklyn on Fulton Street and we see who get the love.
Right.
I don't give you got platinum records, nigga. Come on, meet me outside. And so that was it, and I, once I was comfortable with that, I'm good. I'm okay.
All right.
I'm all right.
What do you think about the celebration of Hip Hop 50?
I was part of it.
Right.
I was part of it from the beginning. The original idea was to have that concert in Central Park. And we couldn't do it because Central Park, you couldn't do a concert at that particular date in Central Park. And so we weren't allowed to do it. And so Live Nation took over it. And that was it. Live Nation took over it. Once Live Nation takes over it, they got the relationships to do what they do. So that was it. Yeah.
And where did y'all wind up doing that?
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium, yeah. That was Masterfield's joint.
Yeah.
So Yankee Stadium, Peter was there the whole time. We were having to meet Peter Bittenbender, and we were talking about Central Park, and then it didn't happen. And then Peter called me and said, yo, I'm going to do it at Yankee Stadium. And I was like, when? Who told? When did this happen? He said, today. Does everybody know? Because it was a committee.
Right.
He was, I don't think so. It was a whole committee. And
wow.
Peter said, I'm going to do it at Yankee Stadium. I'm like, does everybody know that? He's like, yeah, they'll know tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Right.
Yo, Peter, I love you.
Right.
Yeah, but that's where it went. And that was it.
Right.
So we, I think Peter did a great job in holding it together because it could have went left.
Right.
He did a good job in holding it together. And the fact that Nas is there, nobody's going front. And
Run DMC was there, right?
Run DMC.
Together for the first time.
They don't even do shows like that. And you had Lil Wayne there. You had Snoop.
Cameron was there.
Right. So, it had it was in the Bronx. And that was the best part of it.
You can't put the weight of the whole culture or the anniversary of 50th on that. Right. Everybody has to be a part of it. They did their part.
KRS once said, I don't want to do it because it should be free for everybody, for the Bronx.
And I'm not mad at that either.
Right. That's what KRS once said.
Oh, so KRS didn't want to.
I'm not mad at
that.
He
did. He came out with Fat Joe.
Okay.
But he didn't want to be billed.
Okay.
He said, I'll come out with Joe, but it should be free, Ralph, for the community. I said, right, but how are we going to pay for this?
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from?
And did he have an answer to that or no?
He felt like he probably could come together with it, but I don't think the timing of it, we didn't have enough time to start figuring out then. Clearly, Yankee Stadium's got sponsors, Live Nation's got sponsors. Nobody made no money off of it. It was just to pay for the event and to get everybody there and have a nice production.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, so let's big you up, Ralph, man. I want to let you know. I'm putting you on to the culture. We want to give you your flowers, man, face to face. Man, and man, tell you how great you are, man. We know what you did for us, for the culture, for everybody, man. If it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be us, man. So we want you to salute you, man, face to face, man to man. They told me you got a flight to catch. You know what I'm saying?
Military.
Yeah. Let's take a couple pictures.